So I was only 4 or 5 years old when I started gaining weight. I was obese till the time I actually found out about Satvic Movement. From 5 to 22, which is almost 17 years of struggle that I've had. Weight was definitely a hindrance to my everyday usual routine. Actually, it reached to a point at times when I was like, why do I need to live? And that is when I actually at the right moment, very right moment, I came across this video. It was very practical. I started having fruits for breakfast. I started having Satvic chapati, sabji. For 21 days, I also had wet packs, enema and all that. So I was 87 to 88 kgs when I started this lifestyle, and I'm currently 65 kgs of weight. So I'm Naina and I'm from Bangalore and I'm 23 years old and I'm an aerospace engineer. So I was only 4 and 5 when I started gaining weight. So it was quite abrupt. I was completely normal when I was born, but then my parents didn't know what actually happened. And then I was obese till the time I actually found out about Satvic Movement. So that is, I found out at the age of 22 years. So from 5 to 22, which is almost 17 years of struggle that I've had. Yes, yeah. Weight was definitely a hindrance to my everyday usual routine, because I wasn't happy at school because of my weight, because obviously I was being reminded every now and then that I'm obese. I would end up being bullied at schools and also sometimes by teachers too. One of them did humiliate me also in front of others. I always had that inferiority complex built up in me. And also what happened was this weight, like a magnet, was attracting all the diseases one upon the other. And I got sinusitis. And I remember, it was sinusitis was such that I would end up getting headache and I was not able to study for a very long time in 11th and 12th grade. Also, it was kind of an embarrassment for my parents, and that is what actually hurts me the most because of me, because I always aim to be a pride for them, but when I become an embarrassment is when I actually thought, why do I live? That is the peak it has actually reached a lot of times. And that is when I actually at the right moment, very right moment, I came across this video. When I saw Subha's video, I realized that she was very practical. Everything was pinpointed. What do you have for breakfast? Even if you have, exactly how do you have it? And then I found an ebook of Subha's video, the food book. I took the board and then I went to my parents. And then I showed them entirely. I wrote it down and I showed them, okay, these are all the 5 to 6 steps that we're supposed to do, and then we will do it. Occasionally, lunch ge now 1 grain meal. And then I was so happy that my parents were very readily, they readily accepted. So I did that, and from the very next day I started following. Right after that, I attended the juice fast. Okay. My parents were actually little, they were not really sure if juice fasting is really right, because we have always been fasting for God. So we didn't really realize that the fasting was actually for us. So that thing happened when I actually fasted for the first time, and I lost 2 to 3 kgs in the first juice fast. And then I was feeling so fresh, so energetic. I was able to do a lot of yoga poses, which I couldn't do earlier, because your body becomes really flexible. I could sleep properly. My mind was so, I was actually kind of hyperactive during that time. And after fasting, I actually followed, and I'm so glad even my parents started following along. First 21 days I religiously did, I started having fruits for breakfast. I started having Satvic chapati, sabji, and I cut down all the processed, all the junk, all the packaged food. And then I also cut down on the oily items and oil completely, to be honest. So I used to have salad or soup for dinner, which for 21 days I also had wet packs, enema and all that. And then also I continued wet pack for 2 months. Month or two, I had lost around 10 kgs. Yeah, so which showed up the confidence that I had, I could fit into my old dress. what happened was like my dad used to buy clothes for me whenever he would go out. He would buy some clothes, and whenever I would try, I wouldn't fit into it, and then I would save it for future. I would be like, मम्मी कहीं कभी future में पहन सकती हूँ, जब पतली हो जाऊँगी तब पहन लूँगी. So this was my line. I still date when I'm wearing my old clothes. I'm thankful. You know, I always had that hope कि कभी ना कभी तो पतली हो जाऊँगी. So I was 87 to 88 kgs when I started this lifestyle, and I'm currently 65 kgs of weight. Actually, because I changed myself, the world around me has changed. I just see it as you said, it is a new birth, honestly, you know, that everything has changed. The way people deal with me, the way I deal with situations, the way I am living my everyday life. It's a complete change from what was before. I am just so grateful that, you know, that I have come across Subha's video, and Subha actually has no idea कि उन्होंने कितने लोगों को नई सुबह दी है. Honestly, I really want her to know that, you know, she has changed so many lives. So when I started following this lifestyle, one upon one, first I lost my weight, and with that I did not even realize, I did not even feel that I lost all of the diseases. Till date, I don't have any symptoms. I mean, I'm so grateful to have such parents who actually made sure I had everything in hand to do that. You know, that support system around me, they were like the pillars who actually helped me follow this route. I was earlier like a bird with wings who couldn't fly, but now I can, right? So that has been a change. Now I am just open, like liberated from all the suffering that I have been having all my life. सांसें मेरी अब बेफिक्र है, दिल में बसे कैसे ये पल है, बातें संभल जा रही है, पलकों में यूं ही हंसी है, मन में छुपी कैसी ये धुन है, हर ख्वाहिशें उलझी किधर है, पैरों से जख्मी ज़मीं है, नजरें भी ठहरी हुई है रुकी हर घड़ी, हम हैं चले राहें यहीं.
ऐसे और इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज देखते रहने के लिए यहाँ क्लिक करें, और सात्विक लाइफस्टाइल के बारे में और सीखने के लिए यहाँ क्लिक करें.
अभी के लिए इतना ही. हम आपसे जल्द वापस मिलेंगे.